Did you know how the holy festival of Eid al Adha began for Muslims? Why do millions of Muslims around the world sacrifice animals every year? Is it just a feast of meat? Or is there a deeper story of love, loyalty, and sacrifice behind it? Let's travel back thousands of years to uncover the inspiring story behind this sacred day. This is the introduction. Every year, a special time arrives for Muslims around the world. This time is filled with devotion, joy, and a deep sense of history. It is called Eid al Adha, the festival of sacrifice. Millions of Muslims from every corner of the globe participate in its traditions. But what is this story? What profound event does Eid al Adha commemorate? Eid al Adha is not just a holiday, it is a living reminder of incredible faith and obedience. It tells a story of a father, a son, and their complete trust in God. The festival draws people together in prayer and celebration. Understanding this festival means understanding a pivotal moment in religious history. The story of Eid al Adha begins with a man known for his deep faith. This man was Prophet Ibrahim, known as Abraham in other traditions. He is a revered figure in Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. Ibrahim was known as Khalil Ullah, meaning the friend of God. His life was filled with tests of his devotion. He faced many challenges, but his trust in God never wavered. One of the greatest tests, however, was yet to come. One night, Prophet Ibrahim had a powerful dream. In this dream, he saw himself sacrificing his beloved son, Ismail. Dreams for prophets were not ordinary dreams. They were a form of divine communication. Ibrahim understood this. The dream was a command from God. Imagine the weight of such a revelation. His son Ismail was a precious gift born to Ibrahim and his wife Hajar in their old age. The thought of harming him, let alone sacrificing him, must have been an immense emotional burden. Ibrahim, being a steadfast servant of God, did not dismiss the dream. He understood its gravity. He knew that his love for his son was immense, but his love and obedience to God were meant to be paramount. This was the core of the trial. Having resolved to follow God's command, Prophet Ibrahim faced another difficult task. He had to tell his son Ismail. He approached Ismail not with a command of his own but by sharing the divine dream. He wanted to know what his son thought. The Qur'an beautifully captures this moment. And when his son, was old enough to walk with him, he said, "O my son, I have seen in a dream that I am slaughtering you, offering you in sacrifice to Allah, so look what you think." Quran 37:102. Ismail's response was truly remarkable for a young boy. He did not panic. He did not question his father's sanity or God's command. Instead, he showed incredible courage, faith, and maturity. He replied, "O my father, do that which you are commanded, inshallah, if Allah wills. You shall find me of as-sabirin, the patient ones." Quran 37:102. His immediate submission mirrored his father's. He understood that if this was God's will, then it must be for a greater purpose, beyond their immediate understanding. His patience and willingness to sacrifice his own life became a testament to his upbringing and his own deep faith. Imagine the emotions in that conversation: a father torn by love and duty, a son facing his own mortality, yet offering comfort and strength to his father. Their exchange is a powerful lesson in trust between father and son, and trust in God from both. Ismail's readiness was not born out of fear or coercion. It was a conscious act of submission to the divine will, an act of profound faith. Together, Ibrahim and Ismail began their journey to the place where the sacrifice was to be made. Their journey was not just a physical one, but a spiritual battle against doubt and temptation. The moment arrived. Ibrahim and Ismail reached the appointed place, Mount Arafat, according to some traditions. The air was heavy with anticipation and unspoken emotion. Ibrahim prepared his son for the sacrifice. He laid Ismail down, positioning him for the act he was commanded to perform. It is said that Ismail, in his profound submission, asked his father to tie his hands and feet. He did this so he would not struggle and cause his father more pain. He also asked his father to sharpen the knife so the act would be swift. And he asked his father to turn his face away so he would not see his father's grief. As Ibrahim held the knife, ready to fulfill the divine command, his heart must have been at its breaking point. This was the ultimate test of loyalty. He loved his son dearly, yet he was prepared to sacrifice him for God. The Quran describes this profound moment. So when they had both submitted themselves to the will of Allah, and he had laid him prostrate on his forehead, or on the side of his forehead for slaughtering. Quran 37:103. Just as Ibrahim was about to perform the sacrifice, a voice called out, "And we called out to him, 'O Abraham, you have fulfilled the dream.'" Quran 37, 104, 105. God intervened at the last possible second. In place of Ismail, God provided a ram. This miraculous intervention showed God's mercy and compassion. The incredible story of Ibrahim and Ismail is not just a historical account, it is a living tradition commemorated every year by Muslims through the ritual of Qurbani. Qurbani means sacrifice. On Eid al Adha, Muslims who are financially able to do so sacrifice an animal. This animal is usually a sheep, goat, cow, or camel. This act directly remembers Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son. It is a symbolic reenactment of his obedience and God's merciful provision of the ram. The sacrifice is performed after the special Eid prayers, which take place on the morning of Eid al Adha. The act of Qurbani is performed with specific guidelines. The animal must meet certain age and health criteria. It must be treated humanely. The person performing the sacrifice or having it performed on their behalf should do so with a pure intention. The intention is key. It is not merely the act of slaughtering an animal, it is about remembering God, expressing gratitude for His blessings, and acknowledging the willingness to give up something valuable for His sake. As the Quran states, their meat will not reach Allah, nor will their blood, but what reaches Him is piety from you. Quran 22:37. This verse emphasizes that the spiritual significance is paramount. For many Muslims, performing Qurbani is a deeply meaningful act. It connects them to Prophet Ibrahim's legacy of faith. A very important part of the Qurbani ritual is what happens after the animal is sacrificed. The meat is not kept solely for oneself or one's family. Islamic tradition dictates that the meat should be divided into 3 parts. 1/3 is for the family of the person who performed the sacrifice. Another third is for friends, relatives, and neighbors. And the final crucial 1/3 is to be given to the poor and needy. This division ensures that the blessings of Eid al Adha are shared widely. It emphasizes the values of generosity, compassion, and social responsibility within the community. This act of sharing is central to the spirit of Eid al Adha. It transforms the ritual of sacrifice into a powerful tool for social cohesion and support. By distributing the meat, especially to those less fortunate, Muslims fulfill an important religious duty. This ensures that everyone, regardless of their economic status, can partake in the festive meal and feel the joy of Eid. It strengthens bonds between different segments of society. The rich share with the poor, neighbors connect with each other, and families come together. This practice fosters a sense of mutual care and solidarity. It is a practical demonstration of the Islamic principle of looking after one another. The spirit of charity during Eid al Adha extends beyond just the Qurbani meat. It is a time when Muslims are encouraged to be extra generous in all forms of giving. Many people give zakat, obligatory charity, and sadaqah, voluntary charity, during this period. The festival becomes a catalyst for widespread benevolence. As we have seen, Eid al Adha is far more than just a holiday marked by feasting and celebration. It is a profound commemoration of one of the most moving stories of faith ever told. The story of Prophet Ibrahim and his son Ismail is a timeless narrative. It speaks of ultimate love, unwavering loyalty, and complete surrender to the divine will. These are not just historical virtues. They are lessons that continue to hold deep meaning for individuals and communities in our modern world. The rituals of Eid al Adha serve as powerful reminders of these core spiritual values. The act of Qurbani, the animal sacrifice, is symbolic. It reminds us that true sacrifice is about giving up something we hold dear for a higher purpose for the sake of God. It is about detaching ourselves from worldly possessions and desires when called upon. Ibrahim was willing to sacrifice his beloved son. Ismail was willing to sacrifice his own life. Their actions teach us about the strength that comes from deep faith and trust in God's wisdom, even when His plans are beyond our comprehension. The miracle of the ram signifies divine mercy and the affirmation that God does not desire harm, but rather the devotion of the heart. Eid al Adha encourages us to look beyond the outward observances. It prompts us to reflect on the deeper meanings embedded in its traditions. Are we willing to make sacrifices in our own lives for principles we believe in? How strong is our loyalty to our faith, our families, and our communities? Can we cultivate a spirit of surrender to a greater good, trusting that there is wisdom in paths that may seem difficult? Let us carry forward the legacy of Ibrahim, a legacy of profound love for God, absolute loyalty to his commands, and a spirit of sacrifice that seeks to uplift humanity.